I'm quite difficult to work with, but it's because I'm very protective over what I put out and the collaborations that I have and the partnerships that I have. And I'm very protective over my audience as well, because if I expose them to a brand, that has to be something that I stand by, and it's great for me and it's also great for them, and they'll be interested in it. I can't be pressured into things. And in the past, I've definitely found that I've partnered with a brand that I loved and I love the products, but then they want me to work on other products. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. This is the product that I love, and just because I love this doesn't mean I'm going to love this as well, and it doesn't mean I'm going to tell my audience about it. That can be something that a brand maybe doesn't quite get. I want to have a conversation with a brand, and I want to be able to throw ideas around and make it really work, so that they're first of all going to be being exposed to my audience in the way that I think is the right way to be exposed to them, but I'm also not going to be pressured into doing anything that doesn't sit right with me and isn't anything that I would want to tell my audience about. Because I've had emails from brands in the past where, you know, I've never purchased anything from the brand, but they're like, we'd love to have you come in and get to know the brand because we think that you would really like it. And in fact, that's what happened with By Terry. And By Terry, I'm an ambassador for the brand. I have used their products like forever. For me, that partnership was authentic, and they spent time letting me get to know the products. Literally, they took me to their head office. We went there and they let me play with their products, and I was like, oh, I really like this and I really like this. And then I went away and I got to know the brand, and from that they saw the impact of me on their brand, and it just went from there. And now I'm like the face of one of their products, which is something that, I mean, I can't believe I get to say that, but I am. It's how that's how it should work. But then you get people that are just kind of like, oh, we'd love to work with you on this brand. And it's like, but why do you want to work with me on that brand? Because I've actually never featured that brand. I've never spoken about that brand. So what makes you come to me? There's so much worth and value in someone that already has a love for a brand. And it's like my partnership with L'Oreal is the same way. I had such a love for them. And then when I joined the beauty squad and now I'm like a friend of the brand, it's because I had that natural love for them, and they nurtured that and they saw the value in that. And that's where the real partnerships and true partnerships come from. There are a lot of people that panic, a lot of people that outsource to a lot of agencies, and it's hard, I think, for agencies to maybe get a grasp on who loves what brand. It's something that I think takes time. That's not what they're used to. Like old media is, we have a brand, we need a spokesperson or a face, let's go with the it girl of the moment. That definitely does not fit our industry, because our industry is built off of authenticity. It's a different kind of partnership. Just because you work with this influencer over here and it works super well that way, it doesn't mean that same partnership will work really well. And I honestly, in my media kit, I have like so many quotes from brands that say she changed how we viewed influencer marketing because her audience just responds to the way that she does things. And I've had so many times when I've had collaborations with brands, they've turned around and they said, yeah, you were right in what you said, and we appreciate you taking the time to teach us a different thing. They don't know my audience and they don't know how I do things. That's with some of the biggest brands in the world that I've had that conversation with. It's great that I'm able to have those conversations now, and I also feel confident enough to have those conversations, because there was a time where you just would kind of let someone come to you with a collaboration and you'd be like, oh, okay, yes, sure, whatever you want. And now I'm like, no, that's not how I do things. I know you would like something that looks like it fell off the pages of Vogue. If you want that, then go to Vogue. If you want something that's going to resonate with this particular type of person or people like me, then you kind of have to listen and understand that it may not be as polished or as perfect. And I think as long as brands are always open to speak to the person that they're working with, it might take a little bit more time, but that kind of investment of time can change the game when it comes to the collaboration that you're working on.